Welcome back. You're still tuned into Trading Hour here on CNBC-TV18, and DreamFolks is the next corporate that we are going to speak to. The company posted a good set of Q3 numbers. The revenue has doubled versus last year. In fact, earlier in March, the board has also approved the acquisition of 60% stake in Vidsur Golf. So to discuss more on the quarterly numbers as well as this new acquisition, we're joined by Liberatha Peter to take all of these questions. Liberatha, thanks a lot for joining us as always and taking out the time. I will come to your Q3 earnings as well because, it has been a good showing. But first, on this acquisition, you've moved from providing access to airport lounges to, the golf courses now. So take us through the thought process there. Are you sort of moving away from just airports, and is this something that you're going to pursue, even more heavily going forward? And also, for now, you've picked up 60% stake. Are you looking at the rest of the 40 as well?
Sure. So the reason of acquiring Vidsur is not that we are trying to move from the travel or from the airports. The focus is going to be the travel for us. The reason for adding golf is, if you have actually seen that most of the premium cards not only have the airport benefits, which is not just the lounge, but today even the other benefits like meet and assist, airport transfers are also being added. And golf is also one of the premium product which has been offered to most of the premium cards, right? And the reason for acquiring this company, or the reason of adding golf, is because we have already built a solution which also, and the solution is such that, to identify the card and the limits on the cards, right? So even golf is being provided on the card level or the bin rate. So the reason of that was that because we already have a solution built in, and we would want to add premium services or premium benefits which are already there in our portfolio. So that was one of the reasons that why we saw that it was a synergy. But the focus is going to be travel for us, because if you have seen from airports, now we also have railway lounges as well. So the focus is going to be completely that. But yes, we saw the synergy in terms of the premium product offering, and golf is one of the premium product. So that is one of the reason. Yes, right now we have acquired around 60% stake in Vidsur. So far, there is no such plan that, in future we would be acquiring more. But yes, right now the plan is that we would want to build this product also in our portfolio.
Right. With this acquisition of Vidsur Golf, you get access to 250 golf courses across India and the Asia-Pacific region. Would you look to make more such acquisitions in order to cater and provide all the golf privileges across the other golf courses as well, or is this enough?
No, so the existing company itself will be trying to acquire or, have contracts with the other golf across the globe. So it is not necessary that we would want to acquire the other company, but the existing company is already focusing on adding more and more golf clubs in the portfolio.
Right, Liberatha, it's an interesting sequence of events where in December I remember having spoken to the company when they entered the strategic tie-up with this company, and now you all have gone ahead and acquired 60%. Wonder what led to that, and now wanted to understand by when you acquire the remaining 40%, on which you said you're non-committal right now. Let's talk about your core business itself, which is the lounge business. For the last 2 quarters, you've been doing a quarterly run rate of almost 200 odd crores. I believe this is only likely to rise. I mean, we've seen long queues outside airport lounges, etc. At what rate are you adding these lounges in your portfolio? Secondly, railways, which is a small business, how big can that be for you? And what does all of this eventually mean for your average gross profit per passenger, which is close to around 150 rupees?
So in terms of, I would say, the lounges and the lounge space, what we are talking about, right? So yes, we actually see large queues there. And I think, just to ensure that there is a smooth transition which is happening at the lounges, now we have also have this self-check-in kiosk at most of the airports as well. So to reduce the time of check-in at the lounges. Secondly, in terms of the lounge space, if you're talking about, if you actually see, the average lounge size, which used to be around 2,000 square feet, and today, if you see, the average lounge size is around 30,000 square feet. So the thing is that the airports and the lounge operators both understand the value what is coming to the airport in terms of the revenue as well. So there is an expansion plan, and the existing airports are actually trying and increasing the lounge space in all the metro cities. Not only that, there are privatizations happening in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So that is going to be the addition to the numbers. Secondly, even the airports where there are no lounges now, understanding the value what they are bringing to the airport, and also understanding the passenger requirement. So most of these airports are also coming up with lounges now. So I would say that, there is no scarcity, or we don't see that, there will be a point where there will not be a growth factor in terms of the lounge space, because we see that, month on month, there are changes happening at the airports, and that too in various airports. Coming to railways, presently, if you see, there are 12 railway lounges in the country. And yes, there are expansion plans happening by the government, who is taking a lot of initiatives to privatize and also have private operators running these lounges. So we see that, these numbers are also going to grow. In terms of numbers, if you ask me, right now, yes, in terms of the airport lounge numbers, these numbers are very minuscule right now, but we see that, in coming years, the railways would be a high potential for our growth as well.
All right, but Liberatha, in this context, when you are saying that you expect this kind of growth to come through in the airports space, within the railways as well, which is small now, but what do you think this could mean for your own business going forward? Like we were pointing out, it's around 200 crores annually right now. That's what we've been seeing. Even if you want to give me a slightly, longer term perspective, where do you see this getting?
So too early right now to actually talk about, what the contribution would be. But I would say that, it would actually give a good percentage to our revenue.
I was not talking about the contribution. I'm just saying what your overall revenue could look like. Say
so
for
I would say
FY20.
that, for the railways, you mean?
No, for the overall business, yeah.
So if you have actually seen the growth, the way it has been in our last 3 quarters, right? So I can't give the futuristic numbers anyways. But, the key factors which are driving to our growth is airport traffic and also the credit card penetration. So both are actually the way it is growing. I think both of them are the driving factors for our numbers. So in the same way, we should also be growing.
Okay, Liberatha, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining in. That's DreamFolks for you. Slip into a break. On the other side, we'll discuss market technicals. Ashish Kayal, a Wave Strategy Advisors, joins in next.